Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. Largest cocaine organizations operating in Guyana. VP JAGDEO not surprised by new U.S. sanctions on 4 Guyanese. President Ali attempts to distance himself from luxury vehicle tax evasion scandal. PNCR base is strong, intact, says Aubrey Norton. He says defections from the PNC is a sign of desperation of the PPPC. And HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Friday, June 6 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here's what you need to know this evening. It is now known that the largest cocaine organizations are operating in Guyana, right under the nose of anti-drug agents. How could they not know of such wanton smuggling of tons of gold and caused by the United States? Here's more. In light of new United States sanctions instituted by the U.S. Treasury Department on 4 Guyanese nationals, including a senior superintendent of police, for their links to drug trafficking and the Colombian drug network operating in Guyana, the government of Guyana seemed to be in the dark about the presence of the dangerous criminal network and will now venture to seek additional information from the United States on the sanctions. In the meantime, the Ministry of Home Affairs has said Senior Superintendent Himnat Shaw has been sent on administrative leave with immediate effect to facilitate further investigations. Further action will certainly follow, the ministry noted. The U.S. Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control announced that Shaw, ex-policeman Mark Cromwell called Demon, Paul Davy Jr., and gold miner Randolph Duncan were among a list of 6 persons, which included 2 Colombians who were sanctioned under Executive Order 14053, which imposes sanctions on foreign persons involved in the global illicit drug trade. Guyana's Vice President JAGDEO, during his Thursday media briefing, said he's not at all surprised by the new sanctions.
Whilst I can't here comment on a direct link, but I would not be surprised. That's what I have to say at this point in time.
The U.S. Department of the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control says that Shaw, while being in command of Region 1, ensured safe passage bucks by the Colombian cocaine bosses. Colombian nationals Ison Andres Sanchez and Manuel Solares Gutierrez are responsible for overseeing the clandestine airstrips used to transport ton quantities of cocaine via aircraft from Colombia to Guyana. In September 2024, following the discovery of 4.4 tons of cocaine in Region 1 by Guyanese officials, Shaw was removed as Divisional Commander of Region 1 and assigned to the Guyana Police Force's Transport Workshop. Also, Paul Davy Jr. and Randolph Duncan are listed as being the operators of the largest drug trafficking organizations in Guyana. Duncan and Davy Jr., according to the U.S., rely on maritime vessels and aircraft to conceal and traffic cocaine, while also allegedly bribing Guyanese officials to facilitate their drug trafficking operations. Davy Jr. trafficked ton quantities of cocaine, coordinating the shipment of loads from Colombia and Venezuela via aircraft and utilizing illegal airstrips in Guyana. According to the U.S., David Jr. also relies on a network of individuals to conceal and transport cocaine in shipping containers from the ports of Guyana and Suriname. He is also involved in the transporting of illegal gold from Guyana via maritime vessels. Duncan, the U.S. says, traffics cocaine from Guyana to Africa and the Caribbean, with Europe and the United States as the ultimate destinations. Mark Cromwell, called Demon, a former member of the Guyana Police Force, is listed as a violent drug trafficker and associate of Davy Jr. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. President Irfan Ali has sidestepped questions on CARICOM. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Ali, concerning the importation and taxation of a luxury vehicle, suggesting the president assisted in the car's clearance by the Guyana Revenue Authority. President Ali on Thursday night stated that he was never provided with the actual invoice for the vehicle. He said he simply directed the businessman to GRA.
I don't have any authority on taxes. Any citizen can raise any issue with me. Those matters are forwarded to the relevant agency. The agency is what makes decision. And if a document is falsified and brought to an agency or sent to anyone, then what do? We have to wait until we get the true and correct document.
He further stated that the WhatsApp messages shared by Mohammed showed minimal interaction between the two.
The duplicity and dishonesty, I would not be part of that. This guy can claim whatever he wants, but the truth is glaring before him.
On June 2, Mohammed released what he claims is evidence that President Ali allowed his luxury vehicle to be cleared by customs using a valuation he submitted. And the businessman took to social media Monday morning and published a series of WhatsApp exchanges between himself and the president regarding the car's importation.
So I sent Irfan these messages. Chief, if I sent to register the Lamborghini to the license office in Stacia, told them not to register it until he gives instructions. Chief Stacia stressed me and the old man over the last 5 years and stuck all about out of us when PNC was in power. First time I ever hear that the Commissioner General got to know when a vehicle registered. He said will be dealt with. I responded, okay, Chief, thanks.
Mohammed appeared in court late last month, charged with false tax declarations and under-invoicing a luxury vehicle. He pleaded not guilty and was released on bail. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
This is the HGP Nightly News. Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
Krishna Roth Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating, machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-9624, 616-9416, or 619-7880. At Krishna Roth Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Did you know that local businesses are now providing 100% of several key services to the oil and gas sector? This highlights the significant achievements in local content development. In 2020, only 5% of selected services were provided by Guyanese companies. Presently, that number has reached 100%. Some of the fully Guyanese provided services include scaffolding, transportation, and immigration support, with the inclusion of visa applications. The expansion of local capacity has led to increased investments and job creation. Hundreds of companies are benefiting from the oil and gas industry, and so can you. To access opportunities like these in the oil and gas sector, visit the local content secretariat's supplier portal.
Thanks for staying with us here in the HGP Nightly News. Characterizing recent defections from the PNCR as a sign of desperation of the ruling People's Progressive Party Civic, Mr. Aubrey Norton seems unbothered by those from his party who have now publicly endorsed President Ali for a second term. Leader of the opposition People's National Congress Reform, a Partnership for National Unity, Aubrey Norton, on Friday dismissed the idea that the People's National Congress Reform is in disarray following the endorsements of several PNCR members of President Irfan Ali for a second term.
That's laughable. The PNC is a political party with more than 20,000 members. And so our base is strong.
Most recently, a Partnership for National Unity Alliance for Change parliamentarian Geeta Chandan Edmund backed President Irfan Ali for a second term in the September 1 general and regional elections. Ms. Chandan Edmund is a former General Secretary of the People's National Congress Reform. Region 4 Chairman Daniel C. Ram and Vice Chairman Samuel Sandy have also endorsed the president. The PNCR leader was asked what impact the endorsements of President Ali by PNCR party members would have on his party, given that it's an election year.
As it relates to the party, our party structure is intact. Our party base is intact. That is not to say one or two persons might be, but there will be no negative impact on the party. I don't want to get into specifics, but I don't believe any of them can pull 3 votes.
Mr. Norton had this to say about the crossovers to the PPP.
When we made bad choices in terms of the people we placed in positions.
The prominence given to the endorsements, according to Mr. Norton, further exposes the weakness of the People's Progressive Party Civic ahead of the 2025 elections.
That I see the prominence given to it as a manifestation of the weaknesses of the People's Progressive Party. As they suffer in their own community, as they see a threat from Mohammed, as they see a threat from the opposition, they are clutching at anything.
Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. As Guyana prepares for general and regional elections in September, the Alliance for Change has raised fresh concerns about the impartiality of legal advice guiding the electoral process. In a strongly worded letter to the Guyana Elections Commission, the party is calling for the appointment of an independent legal advisor, warning against the involvement of the current Attorney General. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Alliance for Change AFC leader Nigel Hughes has formally written to GECOM chair Claudette Singh, urging the immediate appointment of an independent legal advisor. Hughes expressed concern that, since the dismissal of GECOM's previous legal counsel, the Commission has yet to name a suitably independent replacement. He cautioned against relying on advice from the current Attorney General, whose dual role, he argued, poses a threat to GECOM's independence.
The formal announcement of September the 1st as the date for general and regional elections has triggered the final and most intensive phase of Guyana's electoral cycle. It is therefore imperative that every aspect of the process reflects the highest standards and of transparency, impartiality, and public confidence.
Hughes further highlighted that AFC and other stakeholders have long voiced concerns about the integrity of the electoral process. These include issues with the voters list, unimplemented recommendations from past elections, the need for independent voter identity verification, and continued operational dysfunction within GECOM.
Against this backdrop, the insertion of the Attorney General, whose partisan affiliations and political commentary are well documented, into the advisory framework of GECOM raises serious issues of conflict of interest. The role of the legal advisor to GECOM requires not only legal competence, but unimpeachable neutrality.
He argued that the Attorney General's current involvement blurs the line between the Executive and the Elections Commission, potentially compromising the latter's constitutional responsibility to remain independent and impartial.
We therefore urge the Commission to immediately reconsider this development and appoint a legal advisor whose independence is beyond question. That individual must be professionally qualified, non-partisan, and committed to upholding the principles of fairness and transparency upon which democratic processes depend.
Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana, for your reporting. There is more news ahead. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Hey, I would like to purchase all these auto parts here. This is for my Pitbull bus. This here is my bus as well, and this is here for my excavator. Only 71,600.
Yes, only at Gen N Accessories. We offer high-quality, affordable heavy-duty machinery spare parts for various machines at unbeatable prices. We also crimp hydraulic hoses.
So guys, if you're looking for your auto parts, whether it's for your heavy-duty machinery or let's say your Pitbull bus, please check out Gen N Accessories at Lot 1 Public Road, Priceless, East Coast, Demerara.
This is the HGP Nightly News. Thanks for staying with us. There is a haggle at the Guyana Elections Commission on whether the incarcerated can vote in the upcoming elections. One side argues that the law provides for it, while the other side maintains that it requires legislative action. More details in this report. Relying on Article 159 of Guyana's Constitution, opposition-nominated Commissioner Vincent Alexander said his proposal to the Guyana Elections Commission to allow the incarcerated to vote in the September 1, 2025 general and regional elections was met with objections when the Commission met on Thursday.
The chairman sought to suggest that there is some law that forbids the public or anyone from speaking with prisoners, and therefore we don't have the facilitation to allow them to vote. We argue that there was no need to speak with prisoners, that the list of the incarcerated can be compiled the same way in which the list of discipline services are compiled, and they could vote on that day without us touching the prisoners.
Article 159(2) of the Constitution basically states that Guyanese 18 years and older are eligible to vote, except those who are certified to be insane and or have been convicted of an election offense. Alexander posited that there are many ways in which the Commission can allow the incarcerated to vote.
Apart from the fact that we don't agree that the law forbids people from speaking to the prisoners, because there are a whole range of committees of all sorts that interact with prisoners. And when we talk about prisoners, we also included people who are on remand, whose lawyers can speak with them.
Meanwhile, Government Commissioner Says Gunraj said the issue was already addressed by GECOM.
This is an issue that requires specific legislation. As you know, prisoners are governed by specific legislation.
The GECOM Commissioner stressed that the Commission must be guided by the law to facilitate prisoners voting.
If you are to think about it pragmatically, to merely say, what, we're going to put a polling station in the prison? Just like special legislation has been put in place to deal with voting on days outside of elections day by discipline services members, etc. There is no such facility. There is no such facility that is in place in the law to allow voting by prisoners.
The contentious issue will come up again at the next meeting of the Commission. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Your regional news is up next.
Turbo with the new time, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can, everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
This Father's Day, Digicel is showing love to the real MVPs, all the father figures who hold it down every day. And we're not talking socks and ties. We're talking an 85-inch TV to watch his favorite sports and a barbecue grill fit for the king of the backyard. 4 lucky winners will take home this epic combo. Just top up $1,000 or more and boom, you're entered into the draw. Give dad the gift of entertainment. Top up now, grill and chill with Digicel this Father's Day.
These nice products I spoke with proper things. Peppies, you get it best and these things. Oh no, bless up.
Okay. Pack up these things. Yellow, you put the things in the car.
Loving you is easy cause you're beautiful. Do da do da do. I love you and you and you and you and you. I love all of you.
Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
And you. I love Peppies.
You know, I've been thinking, since I moved over to the west side, this is the perfect location for put up a food stand.
Put up food stand here?
Yes, Officer Bring.
No, Granny, you can't put up no food stand here.
Why not?
Because the gas to energy pipeline.
Gas to energy? Why is that?
They can bring gas from offshore to region 3, that can turn into electricity and other things.
So what about if Granny put it up over there?
No, Granny, listen. This whole area here, from here to the West Bank, is considered the right of way. So nobody can build, plant, dig or burn nothing here.
But what if I am?
No, but Granny, listen, you could get yourself or others hurt. Watch, you see this number here? You call it if you see anybody doing anything out of the way or doing anything they ain't supposed to be doing, like building, digging, or burning stuff on the right of way.
All right, grandson, I hear you.
Good evening and welcome to Friday's edition of the Regional News. Prime Minister Kamla Bessar has firmly denied claims that the paramilitary group entered Venezuela from Trinidad and Tobago, declaring that the government has seen no evidence to support such assertions. Quote unquote, I say categorically, we have no evidence to validate this at this point, she said, addressing reports circulating in both Venezuelan and local media. Persad Bessar refers specifically to a report in the Venezuelan press in which the Justice Minister alleged that Trinidadian national Kendall Jerome had been captured among the group. Quote unquote, again, we have seen no evidence to support the comments from these Venezuelan officials, she said. Responding directly to those words, the Prime Minister issued a stern warning to Caracas, quote unquote, today, I want to make it very clear to the Venezuelan government and officials that they can do whatever they want on Venezuelan territory, but they cannot come here. TT territory is off limits to them. She called on Venezuelan authorities to reconsider any thoughts of crossing the border. Jamaica will be leading dialogue and action under the theme People, Partnership, Prosperity, promoting a secure and sustainable future, when the country assumes chairmanship of the Caribbean Community CARICOM on July 1. This was revealed by Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamla Johnson-Smith, during a briefing at the ministry's office in downtown Kingston. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness will assume the CARICOM chairmanship from Prime Minister of Barbados Mia Mottley. Dr. Holness will serve for a 6-month period up to December 31, 2025, when he will hand over the reins to Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Terence Drew. And now for some international news. The Committee to Protect Journalists says more than 180 journalists have been killed across Gaza in Israeli attacks since the start of the Israeli-Hamas war. At least 10 Palestinians were killed in Israeli strike in Gaza's southern city of Khan Yunis overnight into Thursday, according to Nasser Hospital, which received the bodies. It was not immediately clear if the strikes were related to the recovery mission overnight of the bodies of 2 hostages. In Gaza City, 3 journalists were among 5 Palestinians who were killed in Israeli strike on the courtyard in the north of the enclave. A half dozen others were injured in the attack, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. Over 108 journalists and media workers have been killed since the start of Israel's military campaign, the vast majority of them in Gaza, according to the New York-based Committee to Protect Journalists. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Largest cocaine organization operating in Guyana, VP JAGDEO not surprised by new U.S. sanctions on 4 Guyanese. President Ali attempts to distance himself from luxury vehicle tax evasion scandal. And PNCR base is strong, intact, says Aubrey Norton. He says the defections from the PNC is a sign of desperation of the PPPC. And can the incarcerated vote in the upcoming elections? GECOM commissioners at odds over the issue. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.